Our emphasis in this country, the policy emphasis on helping people find employment it's salutary. It's a very good approach. The problem is that we haven't done enough to measure our success.
In our society today, the only thing that is stopping people with disabilities from being fully employed are a series of barriers that are a series of problems that our society has not fixed.
There's a goal to have an accessible Ontario by 2025. As we get closer to 2025, I think that there is, some skepticism about whether or not we will have a fully accessible Ontario by that date.
Well, the future I see is one where the unemployment rate for persons with disability isn't any higher than the average unemployment rate. So that's sort of factually where I see things. But to get there, we have barriers to remove, we have myths to dispel.
But it's only recently, in the last 5 years, that we've seen the development of a network of businesses prepared not just to be tolerant of disability, but to see the positive elements of hiring people because they have experiences which are unique and diverse.
We know from multiple studies that have been done, real-world case studies here in Canada, that companies and organizations that have a higher percentage of their workforce as people with disabilities tend to do better in the marketplace.
Being an accessible employer and having the processes and the procedures in place so that when someone identifies that they have a disability and require some accommodations, knowing what to do and not having to reinvent the wheel each time is a real business benefit for us.
People in the HR field are understanding now that we need it. We need a much more nuanced and rich process to help people succeed, not to help them just get in.
It's a very large pool, it's untapped, and the companies that are smart enough to seize on this are going to immediately solve their job placement problem.
The same business practices that you use, employment practices that you use for your employees with disabilities, those are the same employment practices that you use with all of your employees.
So it brings us to the doorstep of actually thinking about different abilities amongst employees as a starting point for innovation.
But we need to do more to get that unemployment rate down that's been persistently high for persons with disabilities.